What's going on, family? Santee Sports here. And final score 118 to 87, the Houston Rockets. Now, what went right, what went wrong? First and foremost, the Thunder are like the number one, they're the top team in rebounding, but not today. The Rockets controlled the glass, man, from the break. And like one side, it fit the other as well. And what I mean by that in particular is with Robinson, kind of doing his thing. Usually he's a defensive player, as well as with Patrick Beverly. I want to focus more on Patrick. You know, Patrick is not going to come out here and get you all these points and everything else. He's an irritator. He's like a pest. Okay. Dennis Rodman was an irritator as well, but he dominated on the glass. Okay, he was going to get you boards. They usually put him on the one of the best players you had on the court. They're going to put Rodman on him. Okay, but the thing is with Patrick Beverly is for each and every point guard, he has this talent to get up underneath their skin to irritate them and affect their game. And I believe that played somewhat of a part with Russell Westbrook. Not only that, it was a catch-22 because in this game he was able to get hot. This is his playoff high, man. Like he usually doesn't come out here scoring like this. So last thing I recorded for him, Patrick Beverly had about 21 points, man. That's phenomenal because these are points, when you're looking down that were not accounted for when you're looking down at the charts as far as statistics. You're not looking for these type of points to come from Patrick Beverly. So since he did that, that was a rise up. Lou Williams in the second half, he got into his groove. Nene was a big help with 15 points from him. He did a phenomenal job. 14 points from Clint Capella. Ryan Anderson didn't have too much of an excellent game, but he did good on the boards, which was good enough. James Harden, 37 points. Eric Gordon played good defense and set screens or what have you. All of these elements help suck the life out of the Thunder, and this is the difference here, okay? And I could with Robinson, him being a starter as well. Same question: why do these guys start? If they can't score, if they can't, Robinson plays good defense, man. He can strap your boots down real bad, man. So there's a reason why he gets that starting position. But the catch-22 with him today was he produced 18 points. Now, he has scored before in the playoffs, but he's not consistent. It's up and down. He has one of the lowest free throw percentages there is here in the league, period, with Robinson. But he was able to drop a few threes early in the game, and, he ended up with 18 at the end. It might have been more, man, but this is just what I have here. Westbrook, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 22 points. Good game. But you're talking about contributions from others. Victor Oladipo has to do a lot more. He's got to help this man. He needs at least 20 to 18 from this guy every goddamn game. And if he's not going to give it, it's going to hurt him. Taj Gibson, 5 points. I'm used to seeing Taj in Chicago, starting, getting 13 or 14 points. He needs to bring that there. He can do it. This is the reason why he got moved to the starting position. But he has to be effective and consistent. Adams, 8 points here. That's what I have here on the charts. Well, 6. Well, I don't know what he got at the end of the goddamn. But I can tell you he wasn't effective. Okay? These are some horrible numbers for Adams. Adams got to be at least getting close to a double-double. At least give me 12 points from Adams. Cantor, somewhat the same thing. Grant did his thing. It comes down to, when you look at personnel for both teams, you're always going to look at the bench. Because these are the guys that are going to fill the void when the starters go to sit down and get their rest. How are we going to maintain the league? How are we going to stay effective when the best players need a rest? And when you look at the bench for both sides, it's completely lopsided. Because the Rockets have all the advantage in the world, man, with two of the best guys coming off the bench, man, with Lou Williams and Eric Gordon. These guys are the big time six men in the league, man, next to Jamal Crawford. They're the guys, and they're coming off of his bench, man, and getting the job done. Not to mention the Nate, a guy that's been getting it done his whole career and very physical. So with that help alone and how effective that they were doing, and the lack of help on the Thunder side, man, there was no production there given in order for Westbrook to get a good rest. And when he was on the court, he had to deal with the pests like Patrick Beverley, which he wasn't able to lay off of because now this pest ended up getting hot. So that's your reason for such a large deficit at the end of the game and why it went down the way it did. But overall, I think this will be something that will be back and forth, and Billy Donovan may have a hell of a strategy coming in this next game in order to get these guys right. This is Santee Sports here. Y'all be safe now. In a minute.